Greetings and welcome to what's going to be a rather brief episode of Preserve the 80s. I went to Cracker Barrel on Sunday. Today is Tuesday. I went to Cracker Barrel on Monday to celebrate my third wedding anniversary, as my wife and I both enjoy that restaurant as well as the store that is inside of it, as it has all sorts of random snacks and drinks that are quite difficult to find anywhere else. I will very briefly introduce a few of them today. I'm going to be comparing Dad's root beer to Hank's root beer. We have some Hydrox cookies. If you're not familiar with Hydrox, they actually came about before Oreos, and some people would call them Poreos because they were less expensive than Oreos, but honestly, I prefer the flavor of Hydrox more. They stopped making them around 20 years ago, I would say. Well, probably closer to 30 years ago. Then they briefly came back around 2010. And then I didn't see them again until this Sunday when I found this beautiful package at, looks like my camera has reverted to showing things in reverse again. That's unfortunate. But just imagine this says Hydrox left to right instead of right to left. I'm not sure as of now if that's going to show correctly, but to get to the point, I actually took the cookies out of here because I want to save this wrapper. I put them into here for freshness. They're of a darker color than an Oreo, and they have a very intricate pattern upon them. It's crafted with care and love and pride. The cream on the interior is more or less the same, but I will stamp it with the cover to see if that will create a... I was going to try to reproduce the design, but the cream just stuck to the cookie, so we will skip that for now. Nostalgically delicious. Speaking of nostalgia, I don't know if anybody watching this will remember PB Crisps. They were a snack made by Planters for a short period of time. It was a thin peanut-shaped outer graham cracker shell filled with peanut butter cream. They stopped making that around 1995, and I've been looking for a substitute ever since. The closest thing I can find are these Nutter Butter wafers. And as you can see, they are in wafer form. Interior contains a peanut butter cream. And what I like about these is, in addition to being similar to PB Crisps, they don't have that gritty feeling that the regular Nutter Butter cookies do. The peanut butter cream in this is slightly different from what you find in the cookies, and you don't have that gritty outer cookie that I just really don't enjoy much. Just wafer thin and delightful. I should add that those wafers didn't come from Cracker Barrel. They actually came from Dollar General, but everything else that I shall be showing you is from Cracker Barrel. We'll get to the root beers in just a second. I also have Reed's root beer roll candies. They're, imagine a lifesaver, but root beer flavored. It's very good. Blackjack gum has a vaguely licorice-like flavor to it, and it was, as a fun fact, it was Ed Gein's favorite gum. He actually chewed quite a bit of it during his trial in 1957. I'm not going to be eating everything in this video, as now that I'm in the Wilford Brimley crowd that is living the D life, diabetes, whichever you wish to call it. Now I have to be a bit careful with the sweets, but I will not be abandoning them entirely. Here we have a Hank's root beer. It is from, let's see, trying to find the point of origin on here. Hank's, went back being 13 for a second there. Hank's Beverage Company, product of the USA. It's not saying the exact point of origin on here. It says Philadelphia recipe, so I'm guessing maybe in or near Philadelphia. But anyway, it's not bad. It reminds me a lot of mug root beer. Very similar flavor to mug. So I will try Dad's root beer, which, let's see, comes from Mukilteo, Washington. As I pointed out in several videos, I can't read small type very well. I need to get some reading glasses, so if I butcher the pronunciation of that, I apologize. Now we'll try the Dad's root beer. This one, the Dad's root beer, has a much more of a traditional root beer flavor to it. You can taste hints of licorice and the vanilla and other spices in there. It's definitely, both of them are very good, but I would say if you're someone who likes a true official root beer, old-fashioned style, then Dad's would be the one that you want to go with. If you prefer a slightly lighter, somewhat sweeter root beer, go with Hank's. I mean, they're both very good. I have no complaints about either. I guess I could show you what one of these root beer candy rolls looks like, but gotta watch that blood sugar. Check your blood sugar and check it often. There's no reason not to. And get your testing supplies from Liberty Medical. They are a good company staffed with people who will explain things to you in a manner that you can understand. They won't say things that are strange or unusual to you. And as a result of all these things, you'll be getting some rest. You won't be getting up every 15 to 20 minutes during the night to produce ads or commercials or endorsements, whatever the name you want to give it. Well, here is the Reed's root beer candy, and I was wrong. I thought this had a hole in it like a lifesaver, but it does not. It's more like, you can see a smaller circle inside of a larger one. I'll be saving that for later, and each one is individually wrapped within the roll, which is a good idea because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I hate it when I'm having lifesavers or something of that sort, and I open up the package a bit too aggressively and they go flying everywhere and are rendered inedible. With Reed's candies, that won't happen. I mean, not unless you open it really hard and then maybe the individual wrapped pieces end up going down a storm drain or landing in a pile of something that you don't want it touching. But just be careful and you should be fine. Shouldn't have too much of a problem enjoying your root beer candy. So I'd like to close by saying that Cracker Barrel's a fine American institution, but it's facing some hard times. There's talk of multiple locations closing. Some people are predicting it may not make it through this year. So please go to Cracker Barrel, order some delicious food, buy some obscure retro snacks. You will not regret it. And in doing so, you will find that Cracker Barrel has many wonderful things to offer, both for your food life and even things around the house. We actually acquired a stuffed Bob Ross, which sits in the office room. That came from Cracker Barrel. So I will bid you farewell and encourage you to go to Cracker Barrel if there is one near you. If there is not one near you, I believe they have stores online, and you can support them in that way. Farewell.